Welcome to Floating Leaf Tea Podcast. I'm Shiuwen.
And I'm Noah.
So awkward.
I don't know how to recover from that.
That's the new law.
I was halfway paying attention to what's going on outside our window. And we're back. I told you I was. Well, I didn't tell you anything. But I was distracted for a reason. And it's because there were some people out there. Customer came in, but now we're ready to drink tea.
Yay.
No problemo.
So today, guess what we are drinking?
Dun, 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 dun.
What did we drink last time?
I think charcoal dongding. What are we drinking this time? A different batch of charcoal dongding.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Well,
true.
actually, the tea just arrived yesterday, and I really have to try it today because, it's a new tea. I'm impatient to wait, and this specific charcoal roast dongding, it's a different style of
roasting.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell me more about it.
Yeah, I actually picked up this tea myself.
Yeah.
In person. I was saying my goodbyes right before I left Taiwan, and they turned out to have this tea. Have just finished roasting this tea, and I bought everything they had and I put it in my backpack, which was 12 jean. That's something like probably 15 pounds. And I carried it on my back in my backpack all the way across Taipei. It's really heavy. But yeah, it's not like a normal charcoal dongding because it's roasted in a different way. How is it roasted differently? It's roasted overnight. They call it starlight roasting. Usually, these teas, charcoal dongdings, are roasted between 3 and 5 times, and each time it's roasted for a few hours. This one is roasted once back in 2017. It wasn't roasted again until a few weeks ago, and it was roasted for 24 hours straight. So the flavor is really different. When you use that approach to roasting, the flavor of the tea is really different.
We actually tried once yesterday after the tea arrived because I was just too excited to try the new tea. And you brew it in your new style.
Strong style.
Strong style. And I think you probably put in like, I don't know, it felt like 18 grams of... Yeah, 6, 3, 18. Yeah, 18 grams of tea leaves because you put in like 3 layers of tea leaves.
Yeah,
And
yeah, probably.
It was really nice, but a bit too strong for my taste. I think I can handle, so interesting, I can handle 2.5 layers. Really, now I put in 2.5 layers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, visually. That's the feeling. Yesterday, really, when I watch you put in the dry leaves in a gaiwan. Remember, I asked you, are you sure?
Yeah, I would say it was probably a full 3 layers of tea that day.
Tea dry leaves. Yeah. So I would say 1 layer is roughly about 6 grams. Yeah. So today I want to try it again with my 2.5 layer of tea leaves. You see, still pop. To
good.
the rim.
That's what I like to see.
Enough leaf for your taste, so don't worry. It felt sweeter, the scent.
It's sweet.
Huh?
The scent of this tea doesn't feel, compared to how they usually do charcoal dongding, it doesn't feel as dense and dark. It feels more plush.
Plush?
And a little bit juicy feeling.
What's plush?
Like kind of like soft and fluffy a little bit.
It does have a nighttime feeling.
I don't notice the nighttime feeling.
Remember one time we have a starlight style of tea?
Yeah.
And I think it's Yunnan tea. And it's really like nighttime.
The broth is really fills the mouth.
And if you listen to our previous podcast, I think, Noah, you were talking about more leaves to call out that dongding yuan, the back in the nostril of the roof of your tongue kind
The
of a
root of
feeling.
the tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, with this style of brewing, it does show up a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and it just quickly connect to the throat, and then go to the ear actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fascinating. Yeah, and then we are going to do it in a visual way for people to see and follow along if you want to. It's really interesting. Yeah, but just the tea itself, it felt very rich.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure if that I can call it the roast is darker, but the tea feels richer and sweeter.
The roast is, I believe the roast is not as dark. The roast does not feel as dark, but the broth feels thicker.
Yeah.
The broth itself feels thick and juicy, and it really fills the mouth really completely.
And the physical sensation almost have a little bit of the. In our shop, we sell 4 roasts. Sometimes they are not literally 4 roasts. It's almost like a style of charcoal roast dongding for us. So we say charcoal dongding and 4 roast dongding. It's almost nothing to do with how many roasts are actually
Yeah, because
in the
actually
tea.
charcoal dumpling sometimes is roasted 5 roasts.
Yeah. Yeah. One time we have one that it was 5 roasts, and we sell it underneath charcoal dongding. It was an excellent batch of charcoal dongding. This one is, I would say, one of our really good batch of charcoal roast dongding.
Yeah, this is top notch, and it's only roasted 2 times.
Yep.
Yep.
And we only got a little bit, and guess what? We are going to keep some.
Yeah.
Limited supply only on the .us site. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently, my lid wouldn't fit in my teapot.
I feel very focused on wanting to drink that second infusion.
Yeah. Tea is so wonderful this way when you are actually longing for the sequential, like, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. I just pour out the second infusion, and the liquid is like, how do you describe the color?
I'll tell you how teacher described the color when he. I actually, it was a funny story how I ended up drinking this tea in the shop with him right before I left, but he described this color as brown, and I said, He said, brown, like the color of coffee, brown. I said, oh, brown. Okay, gotcha.
So cute.
Yeah, he throws in some English words every once in a while. Yeah, it is brown. It's really dark, and it has like this with a well roasted dongding. I've noticed there's this really nice gradient of color from the outside. It almost starts to look oily on the top, and it goes from golden to really, really deep brownish red in the middle. There's something really beautiful about that color, and really clear.
I was just smelling the smell of the surface broth, and it smelled rich, and yet there's something about it. It felt quiet. It smells quiet, and the empty cup is fruity, mixed with a wonderful charcoal roast smell, and the scent is well put together. Oh, second infusion, strong, really focus on the dongding yun, the tongue roof place. The root, not roof. Sorry, there's a difference between roof and the root. Okay, watch out for your tongue. To know where is the roof of your tongue and the root of your tongue. Don't think you are looking for the root. 舌根. This tea makes me happy. Right? Some tea makes a person happy, right?
Yes, I agree.
And this is one of them.
Sorry, I'm in a
Trance.
trance.
It feels a little bit dangerous too.
This tea?
Yeah, because the more I drink it, the more I'm increasing the numbers of
Yeah, you want to hold on to a lot of it, right?
the volume that I should be collecting this tea. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, people out there.
There you go.
It's so cute. Now the leaves are like really pushing up the lid of my teapot, and then I push it back down and you push it back up again. That's how much we are using the leaf. And I'm using 2.5 layer, okay? If you can figure out how much is 2.5 layer. Felt good, huh?
Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, that color is...
Oily.
It feels, yeah, it feels oily and it feels shiny.
On the top, yeah, like almost feel like jiggly. The liquid. And it does have that previous batch of full roast dongding. The
Honey.
Oh, you call it honey? I call it a grass
jelly.
Smell. Yeah, grass jelly. Wow. It actually feels like drinking a really well-cooked soup, like chicken soup, but very thick. And they throw in a piece of that Chinese herb in there in the end. And just taste so rich and good and make the body feel good. Yeah.
当归汤？
对，不过没有当归的味道。
没有。Like there's an herbal taste though.
Yeah.
For me, it has that kind of tannic structure of kind of high end, really dark high end chocolate, where it almost feels like light, even though it's really
dark. Yeah. Yes. And that's why I think since I couldn't use those words, I call it quiet. Yeah. You know, because it's not like just like heavy.
That's exactly, yeah. It's not like that really condensed, dense, heavy feeling of charcoal dongling. Like we're drinking the 5 roast. We had like the bottom of a bag that got left behind somewhere. And when I got back from Taiwan, I was drinking that, and we drank it all up already. And there's none left. We should have held on to more of that tea.
I know.
I know.
Okay. Do not mention that again.
That is how that happens. But that one was really good. That was like another one of the really epic batches, but for a very different reason. That one, the roast was incredible. I mean, roast is also incredible, but a very different approach. And when we got home yesterday, I was showing you some of that 8 roast that I brought home, which, similar to the 5 roast, has developed that kind of almost like film on the outside of it. On the outside of the tea leaves, like that white, almost like a white film. And teacher was saying that's like the way cheese develops a rind. Like the more times he roasts his dongding, they start to develop that kind of almost like an aged feeling and taste and look. And this tea doesn't have that. This tea doesn't feel like it's been condensed and aged and roasted in that way. It's just a really, like you said, it feels quiet in a way. I said it feels like within the kind of the bold flavor profile, there's like a brightness.
Yeah. And there's a richness.
And there's a richness at the same time.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly different and also incredibly good.
Yeah. We are going to keep some.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a very weird scene. Nowadays, I find the scent of a good tea is like a magnet.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you can like, remember one of our teachers teach us to smell empty cup in a different space. I mean, different distance from the cup distance from the nose. There's 3 different distance to smell 3 different feelings from the empty cup. But when I'm like moving the cup or like even keep it in a certain space, I feel like the scent is like I don't want to leave the nose. I don't want to leave the nose and just keep connecting to the nose. It's that magnet. Okay, I'm crazy.
I know, I see what you mean.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I'm just trying it for myself.
Ooh, This fourth infusion, I use a different method to brew it, so the broth felt very different.
What do you mean you use a different method to brew it?
When I pour hot water into the pot, in the first 3 infusions, I use a thicker stream, and when I pour the water out into the tea liquid into the cup, I use a decanting way that connect the 2 cups and go back and forth, more like the Chaozhou style. Yeah, exactly. It's not more like it's a Chaozhou. I can call it Chaozhou style then. And this 4th infusion, I always play on the 4th or 5th infusion in the end because I feel like it's harder and it's easier to break the structure. So the first or 4th infusion, I wanted to taste actually pretty good, so I used the thicker stream. And then this infusion, I use a thinner stream but strong thin stream, like almost like, because the moment the water touch the leaf, there's that splash, and I think that splash, if I don't control it well, it break the liquid, and I think breaking the liquid means like the broth feels strong and too strong and breaking apart, like the wholesome structure got broken into pieces. And then the decanting style, I use different too. I separate the 2 cups and I do a little bit at a time on each cup because I want the liquid layer to be more obvious. And that style also make the liquid become harsh. I think there's a tendency. However, I notice if I can do it well, it does have a little bit way more layering kind of a feeling, and more in a way more complexity into the texture, and I really enjoy that, but I can't successfully brew it all the time. So nowadays within one pot of tea, I do 2 different style of tea brewing. Kind of confusing in a way.
So the splash is what you're trying to control? The initial splash?
I want to control both. So I want to control the splash. So I don't want to, because I think my intuition told me there are 2 places that I can break this tea.
Yeah.
It's the moment I pour hot water into the pot and the moment I pour tea liquid out.
So the splash when the water hits the tea leaves.
Yes.
When it initially hits it, the first drop.
Yes.
Because I noticed that the teacher that you're following that does that, he starts low and then pulls it up high.
Oh, he does low?
He doesn't start this high.
Oh, okay.
Just something to...
Oh, I can do the next infusion that way.
Maybe try, yeah.
Well, I think I used to, since I haven't watched the video like for a long time, and I think I used to do it low and then pour it up high.
Yeah.
And then you told me he'd start high.
Did I tell you he starts high?
Yeah, right away. So I started to like challenge myself, just do it high.
Oh, maybe I'm full of shit then.
Or maybe I am full of wrong memories.
Maybe, because I don't know. My memory is that he starts low.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But you told me, and since I haven't watched the videos for a long time, but it's fun. I mean, I'm willing to. I can try the other one again.
Yeah. Try different techniques, right?
Yeah, totally. To figure out what's, in a way, for me, I think learning from these teachers are amazing, and I copy them, and I want to be like them because they're amazing. But I think through the process, I do have to figure out of my own things because I am not them, and I have my own personality. And I think, which comes 2 parts. One is my personality drive me to be more connected to a certain teacher, by the way, And second is my personality then make the tea present itself differently. So I have to figure out also things that eventually are my own, but follow their essence of teaching and develop techniques that eventually is my own. Because I cannot be the second Mr. Zhang. I cannot be the second Mr. Shen. just can't. And I honestly believe they don't want me to be a second them. They want me to be good. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's sounded like a big speech already. And this, I'm gonna decant the brew now. And this is the second place, physically second place. There's one more place I can destroy, is actually my mind and other people's mind. But this is the second physical place that I can destroy. I mean, not destroy, kind of make the tea liquid taste a little bit harsh, is decanting. And I think Mr. Lai talked about this. That's why he doesn't like this separating decanting method. Decant, stop. Decant, stop. Decant, stop. Decant, stop. He much like, he prefer the Chaozhou style decanting. Go back and forth. Yeah. And I think Japanese people do it that way too. Which that way you can layer tea leaves too. Tea broth. And this, you can totally see why it can break the structure, because here you go. There's this now, multiple times. The string is hitting the broth multiple times rather than this is more smooth, I think. And for those of you who are listening outside, you'll be like, what the heck are you saying? just hang in there. We are going to do it in a visual way, okay? In a live session. And I like this one. At least there's a focus.
Yeah, it feels good.
There's a focus, and there's layering, tie it all together through that focus. Previous decanting, I think I didn't execute it well enough. There's a harshness. Yeah. But man, this tea is rich. It's an excellent tea. Rich, and the physical feeling is very comfortable. And the broth is very rich, and the scent is very well put together. So I'm going to do one last infusion just to use the lower to pour it higher.
Okay, cool. Give it a try.
Yeah. What do you feel on this brew?
It feels smoother than the last one. Not as complex as the last one.
That's right.
You didn't brew it for nearly as long.
Yeah. Just feel almost the focus is almost running away.
Yeah.
But still I somehow kept some there, but a little bit of the center now.
Yeah.
And this is where I feel very fun and grateful about tea brewing. It's like tea is so there, and you can see so much when there's a little bit things changed, even through the same pot of tea. Yeah. So much fun.
It's a good tea.
It's a good tea. Like satisfying tea and feels good tea.
Yeah.
This will be my title for the tea. And it still got that Dongding strongness.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. And for sure, we are gonna keep some and put some on our .us site for you to enjoy. And so can you look at the calendar?
Yeah.
We'll do a short announcement before we leave.
Okay, so we have some live sessions coming up. Mm-hmm. We're going to be brewing Dongding on the 13th of July. And that's either charcoal Dongding or traditional Dongding.
Yeah.
And we're going to be brewing it strong. How the farmer brews it, how the roaster brews it, and then talking about kind of the reason we brewed that strong, what we're looking for in a good Dongding, and how it shows up really clearly when you brew it that strong.
Yeah. So join us. I think it will be so much fun, and it will be maybe for some of you it will be a huge challenge even to take that form of a liquid if you used to drink tea in a lighter way. But you know what? Tea is fun to do it in different way and to see the challenges and see what doors got open.
Yeah. So if you don't have the tea, you can buy an ounce or something.
Yeah.
As much as you want.
Yeah.
Of either one of those teas. They'll both work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then on the 10th of August, we're going to be doing a Baozhong session.
Mm-hmm. It will be a blind tasting. You will contain 3 of our current 2021 spring baozhongs there, farmer choice, competition style, both from Farmer Chen's family up in Pinning, and then there will be a smooth water baozhong from Nangang area, and we'll throw in a free sample of competition style, real competition winning baozhong, first place in Pinning tournament. It will be fun to do a blind tasting on the 10th with you.
And then on the 24th, we're going to be doing 2 Jinquans.
Yeah.
So our regular lineup of Jinquan,
Yeah.
which has been on our menu for years and years and years. And then the new honey and milk, or milk and honey oolong, which is also Jinquan. And just looking for what's good about both of them.
Yes.
Looking about, like, if you're going to be drinking a baozhong at the one level, you know, Jinquan.
Yeah.
Jinquan should be, you know, this and this, clean enough and taste good. And then the charcoal roasted organic version, what's good about that one too?
True.
So that's on the 24th of August. And those are all going to come as samplers. The Jinquan and the baozhong. You can buy those samplers on the .com site. And those are going up soon. So this is going to come out on Monday, the 5th.
Okay.
So by the time this podcast comes out, you can buy them.
Yeah.
And they're only going to be available for like 4 days.
Yeah. Or while the quantity.
Yeah, while the supply is available. So with the baozhong, we're going to be including, as well as a Farmer's Choice competition style and smooth water, there's going to be a competition winning first place baozhong. And we don't have very much of that one.
No. And so that one will be really limited quantity. So yeah, while the supply, and then the samplers will be only listed on the .com site. Sunny will be shipping out the samples to you from Taiwan, and we schedule it pretty much a month ahead of the time, so that hopefully by the live sessions that the samples already reach to your home.
Yes.
And she can send the samples instead of Miss Tai sending out the instead of Miss Tai sending out the samples from Seattle. I already did it. I did it. The High Mountain one.
Yourself.
I sent a lot of samplers by myself. Okay. Good. Now it's her turn to send us samplers. Cool. This has been fun. I think that's it.
Yeah.
When you are listening to this, it will be July 4th. So happy July 4th. Have fun by yourself, with your friends and family. Eat a lot of good food, drink a lot of tea. What else? And we will be scheduling for private tea tastings at the Seattle location starting in middle of July. So please check out our .us site for the information. That's it.
That's good.
Stay safe. We are looking forward to connecting with you through podcasts, through in-store tastings, and through the live sessions.
See you next Monday.
Bye-bye.